Welcome to the channel. Payne the Patoot here with another task video on Tarkov. This has been updated for patch number 15. I'm actually going to complete one task, which is make Ultra great again, as you can see here. And it's basically you need 25 scav kills on interchange. Takes a while to do. If you're lucky, you can get a spawn where you might get 7 or 8 scavs in one area. Otherwise, it can be a little challenging. It's not hard killing the scavs. It's avoiding players and just simply getting enough kills. And then the other task that I'm going to do is Big Sale, which involves um, visiting all the clothing stores on the first level of the shopping mall. So that's it. And really, sorry, come back here. I basically use pretty much this. I actually get the helmet in the raid, but I use an AK-12 and I use 5.45 ammunition because I had a pretty good stockpile of BP. Um, it's good if you can get it off the flea to get BT or BP rounds this early in the wipe, even though we're about a month into it. BP and BT will still take out most players that you run into if you do. I really like running this chest rig, the CSA chest rig, because of the big slots, and that allows me to run a 45 round magazine virtually for like any gun, like the 7.62s have a 45, the 5.439s have a 45, the SCAR's M4, G7 if you convert its magazine well to take the M4 magazines, and the AUG all have at least 40 round magazines. And the reason I do that is even though there is, 60 round mags and stuff, for example, this 60 round mag would work with this gun. Um, Loading a 60 round mag takes a hell of a long time in game. Not so much now. I can just drag and drop and bang, it's done. But in game, to reload a 60, well, even a 50 and above, takes a lot longer than to do a 45. So the simple reason I use this rig is it's got slots for two 45 round mags and a 30 rounder. So I use the 45 primary, and my desperation mag is the 30. And that will work quite nicely. Thank you very much. There is the odd other, this rig here will take, you could do that. It will take one of the big mags, so you could use this rig, which is RBA. I think the Alpha tactical vest will also take um, a 3-slot magazine, but that's my recommendation for equipping yourself. Of course, you need Trooper. Used to be really good really good in game, but it's not so good mainly because it's got open sides. It doesn't have any neck protection, and it doesn't have any penis protection, I'm going to call it. But it does have decent decent built-in armor, and you can actually upgrade these plates to better than this. But that's what I'm using right now because I just happen to have it. So make sure you get a good set of body armor. Headset, always helpful. And the helmet. Now, I didn't have a helmet I could use, so I went into the raid with no helmet, and I managed to pick it up. So let's have a look at that in the raid here. So here we go. This is a spawn somewhere near Emicon. Emicon's extract is off to my right. And I usually run in, if I'm going to get scav kills, I usually run into the underground first. There's usually under, this will be under Oli, there's usually scavs here, not always, but usually they are, and sometimes you can get 5, 6 of them, so that's why I came here. The other thing about coming in under here is I can I eventually go up the collapsed ramp to get, you can hear some shooting over there, to get into the mall and start going into the clothing stores. Now I still do need a couple of SCAV kills to finish off make Ultra great again, which is 25 if you crawl 25 SCAV kills. And I can't help myself, I always loot even if I shouldn't be. So, anyways. So somebody's outside. There's, you can see the head go by, so I do have a SCAV here. Go to full auto. Now, it would have been smarter for me to put a laser on this gun. I didn't. Or a flashlight for that matter. But I usually like to have a laser. Now, I did go to burst fire instead of full auto, which I don't like, with the 12, and I think the MP5 is the same. So now I gotta chase him. He's running up the stairs into the Oli store, and he's disappeared. But I'll go underneath the escalator to repack my 45 round mag, because I took a few rounds at him, and there is also a gun box here. Flop the mag, and you can hear him, he's coming down the stairs. And there is the last kill that I need. I thought it was 2, but only got 1. So I need to fill up the mag. I got some BS rounds that I found on woods, so I'm going to put them in. They're even better than BT or BS. Actually, should fill up the other mag. Yep, there we go. And a few more BS rounds. So that sounds closer by. And here comes another. So I always, first thing I do is fill a mag. Maybe shouldn't do that, but PP rounds are pretty good as well. As BP and BT, so I got some PP rounds. So nothing in that gun box. I gotta worry about somebody coming to the top of the escalators and shooting me, but anyways. Some money, and I always like to take out as many backpacks as possible because I always run short of them. So of course, if you double stack a backpack, you can take 2 out in 1 shot. And you can hear another SCAV coming. Even though I don't need to kill. He does have a shotgun, which is nice. Taking the half mask because that's required for a task. Always take food in the game, if possible. And I'm going to reload the mag. But I hear another guy coming down the ramp in a second. Okay. Let's make some space. Searching, because that's a skill that you need to improve. So I think it leads to charisma is another thing, but what you're trying to do is increase the skill that speeds up your looting, because that will leave you hanging less time. Grenade. Excellent. That mask is actually worthwhile keeping, but I didn't. So I didn't have any grenades, now I do. So again, fill up my mag. I have to be careful nobody comes down that ramp the same as this guy. Make sure both my mags are full. And since I got 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm way over what I needed in SCAV kills for make ultra greater again, so I'm gonna go up and attempt to do big sail. So I'm gonna flank a little bit to the right. And there's another guy. So as you can see here under Ollie and near the ramp, you can often get multiple scabby boys come in to check things out and get multiple kills. So that right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scav kills. So that's a long way towards 25. And I'm not even done. So I'm going to check this box for a better gun. Oh, none. Okay. And I need that for... go on, get rid of the slugs, get rid of the slugs, get rid of the slugs, or the FMJ. Oh, I didn't need this either. Okay, so now I'm going to go up into the ramp. No, here comes another guy down the stairs. I hear him. So let's boost the XP by doing another scav kill. Good. So now I need to refill the mag. Okay, like I said, there's no reason to move them over to the first space. I just do it anyways, out of habit. I like to be neat. Okay, first clothing store is Avocado, which is to the right up the top of the ramp, so you can see a scav or a player further along. So I'm booking it, running. Okay, so next one I'm gonna to the right is the food store, Goshen. So if I go push all the way past these trucks ahead, all the way down to the far end of the corridor, there is on the left at the far end of the corridor is the Costin store, which is one of the ones I have to go to. So unfortunately, you got to be really careful here from scavs coming both ways. So I take a shortcut through the tent. Sometimes there's some stuff here. So you got to watch to your right for scavs. Doesn't look to be any, so I'm going to book it down the hallway. Took me, and if you don't survive, you'll have to come and do it again. So I got all the stores marked like 3 or 4 times and died each and every time trying to finish this one. Okay, straight ahead here. So to the left is back into the mall. Here's the medical area that you have to get a key to get in and find a virus sample. And the store to the right has a lot of electronic goodies. There's a couple of jackets for stuff. But I can hear another guy coming. Luckily he's a scav. And I got him. So I'm just going to go in here and load my mag. And there is a gun box in here to check. So I can hear some activity in the area. But next store I need is Dino, which is just out in the hallway. It's got the big green banner. I'm just checking to the right to make sure there's another scav. And that's another scav done. So I think I'm up to about 10 kills with scavs right now. I'm ducking into a bit of cover to reload. So far so good on this task. I will have to do the railway to extract. So, but there's Dino. You just walk into the store, walk back out again. Got to be careful down at the end of the hallway. That's towards Idea, so that's in. Come back out again. Here's somebody that way. So now up at the end of the corridor on the immediate right is the Trend store, and that is another one here by Idea that you have to do. So you got to be careful. I got this far one time, and there was a guy on the other side of that little train, and I don't think he should have been able to kill me because he'd have to shoot through the train, but what am I going to do? So there, that's 4 out of the 5. The final one is called Big Trend, and it is down midway down this hallway that I'm looking at right now. And there was a SCAV there. I could hear. But I'm ignoring the SCAVs at this point because I have all the SCAV deaths that I need at the moment. Yeah, the CPU fan's more valuable than noodles, although you can sell the noodles on the flea. But what I'm going to do is consume some food and some liquid to get points, XP for one thing, and then just ramping up the skill. Now the red grand thing can be used to buy a plate from Prepor, so I'm not going to consume it. Although what you can do with one of these ones that show like 40 out of 40, you can consume them partially. Pretty well anything that you have to hand in food or even medical supplies, if it's got multi-uses, you can use it almost to complete the end of it, and you can still hand it in and it will be taken. So that's a helpful fact, I hope. Still railway extraction. And some tea. Okay, here, so Big Trend is halfway down the hallway. I don't know why I'm checking the exit. I just did that a minute ago. So you got to be careful here of SCAVs and players up the top of the escalator are, and in this store, the National, and there can be down the hallway. But come around, and there we go. Big Trend is down there on the right, past the sandbags. Top Brand is the one I need to get into. So again, you got to watch out for players coming down the end of the hallway there and from the left. But that's it. So I've got all the stores scouted. And the route that I showed you is something that I consider pretty easy to do. One of the better ones, one of the safer ones, I think. Anyways, I'm going to go out into the parking lot here, and just when I'm going down, another scabby boy showed up. And he's got a better SKS, and so I'm going to use it. I can't take his backpack, or stack his backpack, so can't do anything there. I don't want to be sitting here in the mall repacking a mag, so I'm going to go out and then run and go under. So at this point I need to head to the railway extract, and you could run out in the open there, out there. You're more likely to get shot. So what I want to do is use the parking garage here as a bit of... usually I find less people down here. Now as soon as I say that, you're going to go into raid and get shot and then blame me. But I do normally find a few less combatants down here, although Killa will spawn down here, so you always got to be careful of that. But I've taken on Killa before. It's not easy, but you can do it. It's often that now I don't have particularly good stuff to take on Killa, but anyways. And I get a helmet here. Oh no. So I want that. And What I should have done is threw away the FMJ, but instead of the Express, because it's not bad buckshot. Well, what are you going to do? Okay, these two tents have gun boxes in them. And this tent that I'm going towards has medical supplies often. Lying at the far end of the, gotta watch over there. So there's a gun box, there's often a grenade box beside it. So there we go, we got a helmet. I really should have tossed the SKS and picked up this RFB because I could sell it on the flea, and it's got, the SKS is probably going to be heavily damaged, but anyways, can't be perfect. Rather than going in that tent, sometimes I just lean in through the window, and there's nothing there. So now we're going to head out. So now we're under the Idea store. There's a ramp there up to Idea. There's a ramp to our left up to Idea. And there's also the front entrance, which is just over there to Idea. And that's the other entrance to the ramp. It's basically an escalator. I called it a ramp, but it's an escalator. So I'm basically on my way out. I will skip ahead 30 seconds. So I'm just coming out from that underground part, and I'm scooting to the extract. Now I'm into this blue section here. Sorry, I'm speeding it up so it's not quite so painful for you. And there's a roadway ahead of me. So I've got up to the roadway. I'm going to do jump once, looking left for jump twice, jump 3 times, and I got enough stamina to jump again. And here we're heading over to the railway exit. I had to pause to rebuild my stamina, so I'm hiding behind one of the porta potties. Here we go. We have to be careful to the left here because people are coming that way for the extract. So this is kind of a hit and miss. Sometimes you're fine, sometimes you'll get shot running along here, but anyways, I get into the extract. And then I'm doing a bit of dipsy doodle to try to avoid getting shot if somebody's shooting at me. So, there we go. Oops. So that's that. That is the big sale and Make Ultra Great Again. So, yes, I had completed Make Ultra Great Again with the first SCAV kill, but I showed you probably killing another 7 to 8 SCAVs. Sometimes you don't run into that many, so that requires a few more runs of interchange, but that's generally how it is. And then for Big Sale, I've shown you the route that I always use to go through all the stores. Okay, hopefully that will help you complete the task.